Line 1, create database. This line calls a function to create a database, setting up the required structure if it doesn't already exist. Line 2, load contacts. This line calls a method to load existing contacts from the database into the application. These functions are used to initialize the application with necessary data when starting. Make sure to type the same code. To load contacts into your application's table, the load contacts method is defined and executed within the main window class. Code description. Line 1. Define the load contacts method with self as a parameter. Line 2. Set the row count of the table to 0, clearing it. Line 3. Get a list of contacts. Line 4. Begin a loop to iterate over each contact with its index. Line 5. Insert a new row for each contact in the table. Line 6. Start a nested loop to go through each contact's data with its index. Line 7. Create a table item with the contact's data as text. Line 8. Set the table's item at the current row and column to the created item. Line 9. Filter the table based on the search box text. Do not forget to implement the code. The highlighted section shows a function named filterTable. This function filters table rows based on the input text. 1. Function definition defines filter table with parameters self and text. 2. Convert text to lowercase, converts the given text to lowercase for case-insensitive comparison. 3. Row iteration, loops through each row in the table using the row count. 4. Initialize match flag, sets match to false initially for each row. 5. Column iteration, iterates over columns in the range 0 to 5. 6. Item retrieval, retrieves the item in the current row and column. 7. Text match check, checks if the item text contains the search text. 8. Set match flag, if a match is found, sets match to true and breaks out of the loop. 9. Row visibility, sets the row to hidden if no match is found and visible if a match exists. Please make sure to type the code exactly as shown. The provided code snippet defines a method within the main window class named getSelectedContactID that is used to retrieve the identifier of the currently selected contact from the table widget. Here's a breakdown of the method. 1. The method starts by obtaining the index of the currently selected row with the use of self.table.currentRow. 2. If no row is selected, indicated by row = 1, the method returns none. 3. If a row is selected, the method retrieves the item located at the selected row and the first column by using self.table.itemRow column = 0. 4. Finally, the method returns the contact ID after converting the item's text to an integer. Please make sure to implement the same code. The highlighted code defines the addContact method. This method is responsible for adding a new contact. It creates an instance of contact dialog with mode set to add and the parent set to self. If the dialog is accepted, it retrieves contact data from the dialog, inserts the contact, and reloads the contact list. The method uses a contact dialog to prompt the user. If the dialog is accepted, it fetches the data using getContactData. The data is then inserted using insertContactData. Finally, it refreshes the contact list by calling self.loadContacts. Go ahead and type the same code. The highlighted section of code defines a method editContact within the main window class. This method retrieves the currently selected contact's ID and checks if a contact is selected. If no contact is selected, a warning message is displayed. If a contact is selected, it opens a contact dialog for editing. After the editing dialog is accepted, the contact is updated with new data and the contact list is refreshed. Make sure to type the same code in your Python file. The next function we need to implement is called visualizeContact. This function will be responsible for retrieving a contact record based on the selected contact ID in the UI table. If no contact was selected in the table, and the user clicks on this method, a message box will prompt the user to select a contact record. If a valid contact was selected and a valid contact ID was extracted from the hidden column, then it passes the contact ID to the contact dialog that will be displayed. Please make sure to copy the same code into your project. The provided code represents the next function that we need to implement. The function to be developed is named deleteContact. It will be assigned to the click event of the corresponding button to enable users to delete contact records. Please ensure that the code is entered exactly as shown in the highlighted region. In this step, the highlighted block of code shown in the image is quite intriguing. It demonstrates a feature of Python that allows any .py file to serve as an entry point. This approach provides flexibility as it eliminates the need to hardcode the name of the class or file that serves as the entry point. By executing any Python file within the main block, it can function as the entry point for the application. Remember to include this code in your own project for similar functionality. Let's ensure that we don't lose any of the work we have completed. Please open the File menu and select Save All. To run and test the application, right-click anywhere inside the main block and choose Run Main. If everything goes well and no compilation errors occur, you should see the same window as shown in the illustration for this step. Currently, the table is empty because the database was just initialized. To test adding a new contact record, click on the Add button. Please fill out the fields in the Contact Dialog window form that you have implemented. Please click on the Save button. Oh, what seems to be the issue? It appears we have encountered an error message deliberately set up for explanation purposes. The highlighted error message points to a name error, indicating that QDialog is not defined. It suggests that you may have intended to use dialog instead. This problem commonly occurs when referencing a class or variable that has not been declared or imported beforehand. In the next step, we will learn how to fix it. The highlighted area suggests a quick fix for the unresolved reference QDialog in the Python code by importing QDialog from pyside6.qtWidgets. This will resolve the name error by importing the necessary dialog class from the pyside6 library. Please click on the highlighted option. Let's try again. Click on the Run button highlighted in the illustration. Let's try using the Add button again. Please click on the Add button. The next step is to test it out. How? By filling in the highlighted fields to create your first contact record in your Python contact application. On the next step, you will see the field values that I used for my first contact record. Please click on the Save button to save the new contact record. Notice that the table has been updated to reflect the new record you just saved. Next, you will find additional contact records that I have created, however, I did not capture the screen recording. If you are following along, take your time to input the same records into your own application running on your own computer. On the next step, you will find the additional 2 contact records required to proceed in this tutorial. Laura Baker and Fernanda Mendez are the 2 new contact records that have been created. Next, we will test the ability to narrow down the list of contact records by entering a keyword in the search field. To test the search feature, begin by typing in the search field. The list will automatically narrow down based on the entered text. Instructions. Type Lori in the search field to see the list dynamically update, displaying only the records where the first or last names match the search keyword. To update information in a contact record, follow these 2 steps. First, select the contact record you wish to edit. Second, click on the Edit button. In the illustration for this step, you can see that Laura Baker's record is selected. To choose it manually, click on the row header where you see the number 2. Then, proceed to click on the Edit button. To test the editing of an existing contact record, change the first name from Laura to Mara. We could modify values in other fields as well. However, for the purpose of this demonstration, altering just one field value is sufficient. Please proceed by clicking on the Save button. Please double-click on the Search field. By clearing the search field, all contact records will appear in the table. Select the 3rd contact record. Please click on the Visualize button. The Visualize button functions similarly to the Edit button, but it is read only. Please click on the Close button. Finally, to test the database-side delete method that we implemented, select the 3rd record and click on the Delete button. Please click on Yes. As you can see, the 3rd contact record is now missing, which clearly demonstrates that the function responsible for record deletion implemented inside the Python database file worked correctly. I hope the steps outlined in this tutorial were helpful.